British internet sensation and pianist Brendan Kavanagh, also known as Dr. K, has been the focus of international attention due to an incident involving Chinese Little Pink disruptors during his live piano performance in London. Little Pink is a term referring to extreme Chinese nationalists. The controversy continues to make headlines around the world. On January 29th, Liu Mengying, the Chinese woman who first demanded Kavanagh delete the video, posted videos on Instagram and China's video platform Xiaohongshu. She claimed to have been cyberbullied, affecting her work and life. Let's hear what she has to say. In her video, Liu first apologizes.
当事人孟英，因为最近的事情占用了公共资源，我深感愧疚。作为一个在外打拼的中国人，在这件事情的处理上，我确实做得不够好，没能给咱们长脸，还给他添堵了，真的非常抱歉。
She then claims that she wants to speak the truth and not let others hurt her, and condemns Kavanagh's actions. She said,
首先，我承认我怂过，虽然大家一直鼓励我不要逃避，要讲出真相，但我不能理解的是，为什么要长他人志气，灭自己的威风？一个在海外拥有数百万粉丝，具备极大影响力和话语权，靠恶意碰瓷、民族歧视、制造对立等手段，无下限炒作来博人眼球，赚取关注度和流量，进而实现盈利目标的大 V， 为什么会被他们拥戴是钢琴家、是绅士，而我一个人微言轻、身在他乡举目无亲的女孩子，却要被他们人肉、网暴、谩骂，甚至波及工作
She emphasizes her Chinese nationality, striving overseas, and proving herself through hard work. However, she is now being labeled as British and accused of idolizing foreign things. She said,
调侃的时候，明知我们是中国人，依然对着镜头直播说 There are a lot of Japanese people here. We're here with Japanese TV crew filming about public piano. 我们是日本人，且正在为日本电视台拍摄的时候，当着我们面弹奏侮辱性歌曲的时候，被对方百般刁难、故意碰瓷，甚至未经允许来触摸我们的时候，在保障人身安全的前提下，都能够从容反击。更何况保护女性 ，Don't touch her， 不是他们口中的丢人现眼。
In the end, she says that she apologizes for the disappointment caused and that she accepts fair criticism and believes in rational dialogue. However, Liu's video did not clarify facts as intended, but instead drew ridicule and criticism, both domestically and internationally. On China's Weibo, many criticized her for demanding respect in the UK for a law non-existent in China. Some mocked it as a planned action intended to destroy China's image. Overseas criticisms were harsher, with many seeing her rhetoric as typical of the Chinese Communist Party, throwing tantrums, distorting facts, and making unreasonable claims. These are all only worsening her image. Regarding her accusation of Kavanagh calling them Japanese, netizens pointed out that before their arrival, another person, the man in the woolen hat with a backpack in the video, informed Kavanagh that a Japanese TV station was coming to film the public piano. This led Kavanagh to mistakenly believe they were the Japanese crew. Therefore, the alleged racial discrimination claimed by Liu does not hold. In fact, shortly after the incident, she released a video claiming to restore the facts, criticizing Kavanagh for creating conflict for the sake of clickbaiting and playing discriminatory songs like Ching Cheng Hanji to provoke conflict. However, opinions vary on whether the song is derogatory. She also said a Chinese man yelled at Kavanagh for trying to take their flag. She claimed, "We must protect our national flag as Chinese children abroad." But the video shows the man shouting, "Don't touch her!" and telling Kavanagh they are not the same age, appearing more like a white knight than a flag protector. In the original video, it shows the Chinese crew initiating conversation with Kavanagh and entering his video frame. They were interacting amicably. This indicates it was not Kavanagh seeking controversy. Netizens analyzed that her communication with the pianist was not wrong and was initially calm. However, her subsequent lies in the clarification attempt, trying to incite patriotism and accusing Kavanagh of intending to damage the flag, were misleading. The live video is there for all to see. Was everyone blind? Accusing Kavanagh of secretly filming when he was broadcasting in a public space is also baseless. If they had directly explained their reasons for not wanting to be filmed, Kavanagh might have understood and agreed, but their aggressive behavior worsened the situation. Now, those who caused the trouble are inconveniently absent, leaving her to clarify, hoping to save some face for the party state. In previous China Observer videos, we exposed the identities of these troublemaking little pinks, most of whom are members of the Chinese Communist Party's external propaganda team. Some are even suspected of being spies sent overseas by the CCP. Regarding Liu Mengying, who came forward to make clarifications, netizens found out she is the CEO of a British recruitment agency, Top Offer Academy. She often shares information about student life and job markets in the UK on Chinese media platform Xiaohongshu and her YouTube channel, making her a minor internet celebrity. Netizens investigated her so-called recruitment company, discovered its two main purposes. 1. Collecting information about Chinese students in the UK, including those from Hong Kong and Taiwan. And 2. Helping CCP members and offspring of high-ranking CCP officials in gaining positions in multinational companies and large enterprises. Some also found that her videos not only revolve around job hunting in the UK, but also teach people how to network upwards. Moreover, it was discovered that her Latvian boyfriend, Davis Kuma, partnered with her to operate the company. They also found many intimate photos of the couple on her social media. These revelations have led to more speculation about her background and motives, with some commenting on the contrast between her wielding a foreign weapon in one hand and the Chinese flag in the other. As for the man known worldwide for his loud "don't touch her," he is identified as Newton Leng, a Chinese language teacher at the Confucius Institute. He began working as a consultant for the Financial Times in the UK last September. His repetitive "don't touch her" has drawn global ridicule and parodies, with his subsequent comments becoming a laughingstock. These little pinks are now in a difficult position, facing criticism both inside and outside of China. Their previously upheld patriotic image has collapsed, with Chinese citizens not buying their act. Many consider them ostensibly patriotic, but actually self-serving. The direction of the Chinese public opinion also shows that these troublemakers have embarrassed the party state overseas, and are now being disowned and abandoned by the CCP authorities. There are many who are even revealing their misfortune. It's said that there's now a joyful atmosphere on Chinese social media, thanks to Dr. K's victory. Many Chinese are displeased with these pretentious offshore patriots and are delighted with their technical defeat and humiliation by Dr. K. The underlying message seems to be, if we can't deal with you, can't the foreigners? The joy is not limited to Chinese social media. Overseas, a trend of mocking the CCP's little pinks has emerged. American influencer Sona Ayambe stated on his YouTube channel, Good Bike Mob, on January 28th, that the incident has caught the attention of many supporters of freedom and democracy. Recently, several American influencers with millions of followers have commented on the matter, with anti-CCP sentiments becoming a new thing on YouTube. American YouTuber The Quartering, who mainly covers comics and games, has 1.56 million subscribers, pointed out,
crazy Chinese people who thought they were back in China and that other citizens had to live by the insane rules of the Communist Party. Apparently, we have to follow the rules of the CCP in this country, and all over the world, the Chinese laws must apply. They make a big scene about it, and now the video goes viral. Welcome, Mr. Chinaman. That's called the Streisand effect over here in the West.
Twitch streamer and YouTuber Asmon Gold, with 3.5 million followers and 2.37 million subscribers, harshly criticized.
What a psycho. She's wrong and he's right. She's not in China. He can film, and it's too bad. Well, that's my perspective, right? With anything. If you're not happy with the country's laws and you are from another country, go back. Go back. Okay, you don't like it? Get out. See ya. You're not going to come here and tell us what to do.
On January 27th, comedian YouTubers Abba and Preach, with 2 million subscribers, uploaded a video mimicking the little pinks who caused a scene at Kavanaugh's performance. They mock the arrogant behavior of these Chinese individuals and also poke fun at the misconduct of Chinese tourists in other countries.
You can't invade my space like that. I'm not Taiwan.
Recently, Dr. K has been extremely busy. Besides accepting interviews with British news programs and criticizing the disruptive behavior of the little pinks during the live broadcast, he has sparked a wave of anti-communism and discussions on human rights on social media. On January 26th, he returned to the scene with a Winnie the Pooh doll and images as part of a series of countermeasures. Winnie the Pooh has been a trending online symbol for Xi Jinping. Kavanaugh claimed support for Hong Kong's fight for freedom, standing firmly with Hong Kong and Taiwan, and determined to make this place a base for denouncing the Communist Party. On January 28th, Kavanaugh announced on his page that he accepted the suggestion of overseas Chinese netizens and designed and printed Winnie 8964 stickers for the piano. The printing of the sticker was an act of retaliation to the CCP's Little Pinks for ignoring the rights of others. The sticker shows Winnie the Pooh peeking out from behind the British flag with only half of his head visible and 8964 printed on the flag. Although the post did not explain the sticker's design, overseas media interpreted it as mocking Xi Jinping for only daring to hide, with 8964 clearly referring to the Tiananmen Square massacre on June 4, 1989. The Chinese government brutally suppressed young students gathered in Tiananmen Square, demanding anti-corruption and democratic political reforms, leading to a massacre. The post garnered 34,000 likes and thousands of comments. Many Chinese netizens expressed support for Kavanaugh's actions, as well as their pursuit of democracy and freedom and criticism and disdain for the CCP's authoritarian rule. With this anti-communist wave, the Little Pinks are now like rats crossing the street internationally, scorned and despised by everyone. The term Little Pink has become popular on the internet worldwide. So what are Little Pinks? They are people who have been brainwashed by the CCP in different environments, living in a deceitful utopia and unable to discern the truth from deceptive information, thus failing to face reality. They irrationally defend the CCP either due to deception or to align with the CCP's interests. Even if you state objective facts that are unfavorable to the CCP, they instinctively oppose and defend the party. From a medical and psychological perspective, the Little Pink syndrome is a paranoid-like pathological reaction caused by severe cognitive impairment regarding the nature of the CCP. Since this pathological reaction mainly manifests in thinking, clear-minded Chinese people describe the Little Pinks as brain damaged, indicating cognitive and consciousness impairments. Little Pinks are victims of the CCP's deceptive propaganda. Those with mild symptoms heal after encountering the truth or leaving the CCP's deceptive environment. However, severely affected individuals may not awaken even after exposure to certain truths and facts. So even if they are overseas, they could perceive these truths and facts as malicious rumors against China, or they would think it is deliberate distortions and slander, purposefully ignoring our party and country's great achievements. Like the troublemaking Little Pinks in London, some have been overseas for years, with one woman even claiming British nationality. Yet they actively play the role of the CCP's agents overseas and support the party. To many people, Little Pinks are incomprehensible, seeing malice everywhere and trusting no one, even those around them. Wherever Little Pinks go, there is only abuse and us versus them mentality. When there's no external conflict, internal strife naturally arises. Thus, the outrageous behavior of these Little Pinks overseas is not only hard to accept and understand, but sometimes even violates local laws, leading to severe consequences. On January 22nd, the trial of Xiaolei Wu, a Chinese music student in the United States, commenced, gaining widespread attention. The 25-year-old Wu is charged with 2 counts, cyberstalking and interstate transmission of threats. He has been expelled from the Berklee College of Music. Wu is a typical Little Pink. According to U.S. Department of Justice documents, in October 2022, Chinese-American permanent resident Zui posted flyers near Berklee College of Music in Boston, stating, "We want democracy, we want food on the table, we want to breathe, we want art, we want love. Please stand with the Chinese people." Over the next 3 days, Wu, through WeChat, email, and IG, threatened Zui, stating, "Give out flyers again and I'll chop your hands off," and claimed to have reported the victim to Chinese public security, threatening her family in China. This caused Zui to fear for her safety. Wu was arrested in December 2022 and pleaded not guilty to cyberstalking and interstate threat transmission charges. U.S. Assistant Attorney Alethea Porter told a federal grand jury that this was a serious threat, as the CCP regime suppresses dissidents and does not allow freedom of expression like Zui's poster. The trial lasted a week, and if convicted, Wu could face up to 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Such consequences could ruin the life of a student. Additionally, at the end of 2023, About 10 Chinese students in the US said they were denied entry at the US airports and immediately deported back to China. For example, a PhD student in the US, going by the pseudonym Meng Fei, was unexpectedly deported despite having a valid F1 student visa renewed for 1 year on November 27, 2023, and is now banned from entering the US for 5 years. Meng Fei, preparing for her PhD defense in 2024, is now extremely anxious. On the train back home, Meng Fei found she was not alone in being deported. Recently, 6 individuals at Washington Dulles International Airport, all female, had similar experiences, with 2 more women unable to board flights in China after being notified of visa revocation. Their experiences were strikingly similar. Meng Fei noted that the inspectors focused on her phone, with her computer and luggage receiving little scrutiny. Thus, some suspect that their social media posts or suspicions of acting as CCP business spies may have led to their rejection. In short, there is a strong suspicion that they are little pinks willing to stand for the CCP. Hence, many netizens advise students to be careful. Don't be little pinks, or you might face deportation. For a long time, the CCP has strived to infiltrate the US. Previously, media reported that the CCP established party branches for students in the US universities, holding regular overseas student party branch meetings, and organizing various activities to cheer for the CCP. These little pinks aggressively suppress or disrupt activities of overseas Democrats and Hong Kongers fighting for freedom, even resorting to threats and abuse, essentially undermining freedom in democratic societies. Therefore, netizens call for legislation in the US and other countries to expel these pink students. From these events, it is clear that the space for little pinks overseas is shrinking under the current anti-communist wave. They should learn from these incidents. Siding with evil like the CCP inevitably leads to a bad end.